let's do something fun today. So, I'm thinking, let's try and install Gentoo with a 11-ish year old kernel. The 2.6.39 kernel. I think that'd be rather fun.
Males of all species have strange ideas.
First thing we need to do is make our file systems. So, well, actually, first thing we need to do is make our partitions. So, cfdisk/dev. Is it SDA? No, it's going to be a VDA. Oh no, it is SDA, sorry. Let's go for a DOS partition and new 30 gig primary. Right on that. Okay, and then quit. I think I'm going to use XFS just for the fun of it. Don't know how well it'll work, but sounds like it'll be a bit fun. Okay, mount/dev SDA1. Right, so we're gonna make this challenge more fun. You know, we could use an old stage and bring it up to modern standards, but that's not fun, is it? Let's convert a current stage 3 and make it run as a 2.6 kernel, just for the added challenge. We're going to use a Muscle stage, just because Muscle is POSIX compliant, so we know it's going to work with this old kernel. Takes away half the battle, basically, you know. The stage downloaded. We want to exit this. We untile. Do our usual mounting stuff. Okay, so we're in. Let's run an emerge sync. We're going to need to do a lot of eBuild editing. So, let's install eSelect repository. So we can create a local one. First thing we're going to do is install 2.6 headers for the kernel that we're going to use. It's going to be easier if if we tell the programs what we can work with. We know what's going to break and what's not. Select repository, create a local. Let's move into this, so that'd be DB repos local, and we'll make the this kernel headers. No, Linux headers. There we go. Now let's copy over what we need. So we'll use, let's see what's in this one. So if we go repos into the main repo, Linux headers, let's edit the 318 one. What we need to do is change this to match. We need to change the sources basically next to match what we're using. So there is a repository of old builds. So if I change this to so now I can install the headers with equals Linux headers 2.6.39. I don't care about libsybcomp. Do remember I am doing things you're not supposed to do, mainly because you find it fun. But yeah, I'm forced removing programs to make it do what I need. Set comp needs to go. It wasn't supported in this version. I think it came in early the 4 kernel 4. Release. There we go. So now we're downgrading from 6.6 all the way down to 2.639. And what happened there? Hurrah! We got the headers installed. Woohoo! That was a little bit too exciting. Or excited there for some headers. Christ knows what was going on. We got it done. Sometimes it be like that. Okay, so next thing we need to do is set up a mask so we don't install a newer version of headers than what we already have. We do that by editing nano flash etc portage package.mask, call this Linux headers, and we just put a greater than syskernel Linux headers 2.639, and that basically just says anything bigger than this version will not be installed, which is what we want. What we also need to do now is disable set comp, and we'll do that globally. So just here I will type use equals minus set comp, and no longer will we have that issue. Okay, so that I believe is everything done. Next thing to do is let's reinstall our system and see what doesn't build. Then we can do fixes to try and fix everything. So we'll do emerge of verbose ask everything at okay, so we need to fix a few things. Shadow, by the looks of things, needs fixing. As does ipconfig. So it looks like ipconfig will not be able to be fixed, so we need to use a package provided to fix that. So make the parent slash etc portage profile provided. We do IP utils here. That should do that. And we also need to disable IP6 if we're using this. IP version 6. Who needs IP6, eh? Not me. Right. Next one to fix is gonna be Shadow.
At last, they're all here. So, King of Hell, President, I have all this power at my fingertips, but...
Hey, what's up? It's me.
Stop!
Okay, here we need to block out this, because obviously we haven't got newer Linux headers than 4.14. And the only issue that I know of with using this is butter. So we'll disable butter. We don't need it on our system. That should fix that. So if I now do ebuild shadow 14.2 ebuild manifest, that should build. Add the T-Love. Invalid. I think I need to remove the depend completely then. Right, let's do that. There we go. Right, let's try building now. Conic's pulling in that, opening us SSH. It looks like it's going to let me merge. So let's merge. And then we'll see what fails and we can fix it as we go. I think that's going to be a bit easier. Away we go. Right. I'll see you when it fails in a couple of seconds. Okay, so Pam has failed. What do we need to do for this one? Okay. It looks like it's just easier to disable Pam. Hopefully we can just do right, let's try that. Looks like I need to redo it then. Brilliant. Let's rebuild everything again then. Pain in the arse when this happens. We're done. We had a few fails along the way, but nothing too major. The worst one we've got is DHCPCD, our favourite. Did not compile, but what we should be able to do is emerge a VA DD client, and this version should work. There we go, and then I can just do RC update and DD client default. There we go. I wonder if I need to delete DHCPD. No, it's not in the runtime. Perfect. Right. Probably want to install Grub now just to make sure that's not going to cause any issues. Looks like 12 is going to be too new. No, what I need to do is change Grub profiles to be just PC. Luckily, I did a DOS partition. So if I do nano. No, we'll do it. Just force it wide, so it'll be Grub platforms. And that will just install. There we go. Yeah, that just installs MBR booting, which is what we need. None of that fancy new EFI stuff. Ugh. Nice, Grub's installed. I do wonder if we could install fast fetch for this, so let's try that. Emerge VA fast fetch. Let's try that. Don't think it'll install. I think I'll use too many library. Let's see. Yeah, that didn't work. So what we'll use is good old NeoFetch. Perfect. Then we're going to know that our lovely kernel works. So, next thing we need to do is get the kernel working. I'm not going to do e-build hacking this time to get it working. I'm just going to pull the sources down. So, okay, first kernel was released 19th of May 2011. We're going to use the very first 2019. We're going to use the very first 2.639 kernel. Not the .4 release, just for shits and giggles, really. So, wget right, let's make a link. I believe it's Linux. There we go. Right, let's make our kernel then. I wonder if nconfig was about in this time. DSI symbol missing. Can we do make menu config? No, DSO missing. So we can try and get this to work through this, or it'll probably be easier just to use a live CD from something else. So let's try that. If we use a live CD from 2013 with GCC installed, we can just get around this rather than fighting it. Sometimes it's better to work around than it is to actually fix something. Okay, so we've got a system built. Not system built, you know what I mean. So hopefully we've got a system we can use. Can we run a terminal in this though? That's the question. Run command. Console. There we go. Cool. Lag. What kernel are we using on this? 2.630. Perfect. So that should work. Do we have GCC? We do have GCC. Happy days. So I reckon we can do a sudo su as root. We can mount /dev sda1/mount /gentoo. That's not good. This is probably why you don't use XFS when you're doing things like this, when you're new. Okay, give me a second, let me convert to...
Marty! You've got to come back with me!
Where?
Back to the future!
Right then, we're finally mounted. 15th time's the charm, eh? So I believe that if I do a make menu config now, I'll already have it configured. No. No, because I re-added it, didn't I? That should do. It's not the greatest kernel, but that's good enough. Right, let's see if this builds. Looking good. Let's do a make module install and then I'll transfer that over. No, okay, it's a read-only file system, that's not going to work. Let's reboot into the old... let's reboot back into the live CD. Or could I just... actually, I might just be able to do this. Mount. CDs, let's use as source. Linux. Make menu. No, make modules install. Okay, and make install. Right, that looks good. Let's password this. We do a grub install. Let's try it. Yes, I can. Can I do a grub? Make config. Options boot. Grub. Grub.cfg. Okay. So, everything looks like it's done. I think we're ready to see, does this boot? So, there's grub booting. And we got a kernel pack. Okay, that's interesting. Can we take a look at what's going on here? Let's see. Let's try... doing that. Hello. Hello, we're in.
Hello.
Right, can we log in? Yes, we can. You name. Huh? Okay, we got a modern Gen 2 running on a 2.6.39 kernel, as you can tell. Can we run NeoFetch? Yes, we can, and then we break the console afterwards. But hey, it works. And look at that memory usage down to 66. Now, I don't know if people know, but normally when you do an install, you're looking in the your 200 meg region. We're down to 66. Probably because half the stuff we're using isn't working. I wonder if... oh my good god. Well, we summoned a demon again doing this, but... You know, I think we're used to that. I guess Frank's going to have a friend under my bed soon.
Why do we never play Nightcrawlers anymore, huh? I don't know, Charlie.
What is Nightcrawlers?
It's a game where they crawl around in the night like worms. I never said that. Yeah.
Hey. Can you get a 2.6 kernel running with a modern Gen 2? Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Anyway, please don't try this. It's stupid. But, you know, we've basically proved you can do this. But, do you want to see if I can do any more with this? Let me know, and give me some ideas of what we could try. I suppose we can try and fix the weird text output, but for this test, that's as good as enough, I think, as we need. But yeah, I hope you learned something new, and just how stupid you can do things in Linux if you wanted to. I'll catch you on the next one when I'll come up with some new ideas. And again, just as a thing, I'm very close to be able to turn ads on, so please share these videos around for a bit just to get me over that 4,000 hours watch time. I'd really appreciate it, and I'll catch you on the next one. Keep compiling, everyone. So it's clear I have a Gen 2 addiction. If you want to help enable me and in exchange make interesting videos for you, why not consider being like these wonderful people and donating to me? Prices start at $1, and it helps me to do tasks such as these. Please consider clicking on the Patreon link to find out more. Cheers, guys.